Hi, this is Anthony, and in this video I'm going to show you another potential application of the top-level code feature that I've prototyped. Let's dive right in. First of all, this demo is not about console apps. My previous videos have been centered around console experiences, and in this demo I'm going to show you how the proposed feature starts to pay off in other project types. One thing I want to point out here is that the implicit type created when you have top-level code is just a regular VB class with no special prohibitions, so you can still have other partial definitions as I have here. Another tool still at your disposal is inheritance, and I'm going to inherit this base class defined in a separate library that I have written called GameLoop. It's actually fairly straightforward to support putting the inheritance statement directly in the top-level file, but I also wanted to show off that these types can be partial. So what's happening now is that because this otherwise ordinary base class defines an overridable method with the right name, all of the top-level code I wrote here is going to become an override for that method. For this demo it's named execute, but it wouldn't be difficult to support arbitrary names for the method, similar to the way that we support arbitrary names for default properties, aka indexers. Now, normally, in VB, the navigation bar doesn't show you full signatures for methods, but because it usually adds a lot of noise. But because this method actually takes two parameters, and of course top-level code doesn't have an explicit method signature, I've modified the nav bar to display the names and types of those parameters so you can know what's available to you. In this case, it takes a buffer that's a graphics object from the system.drawing library and elapsed seconds as a single. And the reason for that second parameter is pretty cool. Unlike in the console app demos where the top-level code gets run once, the base class is going to call into this top-level code multiple times, once per frame, and pass in the time between frames so you can animate accordingly. So let's start out with something simple. Let's just clear the background. And let's go with gray. Alright, well, that's nice, or maybe we'll go with black. Okay, let's look at drawing something. Let's try drawing a square. And make it yellow. And I'm going to do it 200 pixels in or something, and make it a little 5x5 square. Okay, that's, kind of boring. So let's try, instead of doing that, and I'm just going to take this code, move it up here, and instead of putting it that position, I'm going to give it a random location across the entire screen. Okay, got ourselves a little star fill. Let's see what happens when we don't clear the screen first. Okay, as you can see, it's just starting to clear up and get messy. Now, for my grand finale, I'm going to save you guys from having to watch me type all this code here. I'm just going to paste this in here. But I actually have some code here to draw a little ball. And as you can see, I've got some fields down here for tracking some state, like the ball's left position, and it's as well as some helper properties for calculating its right position to simplify my math. So I have here the animation itself of taking the acceleration and multiplying that times the time elapsed, and some basic collision detection. And let's see what happens when I run that. Alright, that's starting to fill up, and let's go back to black so that we can see what's happening there. So now I have this little bouncing ball animation playing on a star field, and you can even see how the animation adjusts when I change the dimensions of the window. So I can actually make the window a little narrower and have it bounce up there and down. It's almost like Pong. So that's it. A simple animation powered entirely by a list of statements in one file, showing how beyond console apps, this feature can very easily plug into much more interesting orchestrations by just playing nicely with other tools already in the language. I'll be showing more interesting applications of this in future videos. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for more info. Please share. Thanks for watching and have a great day.